Guys, welcome back to my channel. What's up? Today is, I don't even know what day today is. I know I feel like shit and it's raining. I feel like I'm coming down with the flu or something, but I decided to do this video because I skipped last 2 weeks. I was so busy doing all sorts of crazy things in the house. So today is the day where I'm going to be reviewing, and it's actually my first impression as well. I'm going to be reviewing Il Makiage New York foundation. I don't know if it's Il Makiage or Makiage or whatever way you want to pronounce it. I probably would say Il Makiage. That's what I would call it. So this is one of those products that everybody seems to be reviewing. There's a lot of sponsored videos out there, and so all cool YouTubers try this foundation. They talk about, you know, the benefits and how easy it is to match this foundation to your face, to find the right shade and everything. So I'm one of those losers that decided to try it because I saw a commercial that made sense to me and I was very curious about it. So today I'm giving you my true review, true first impression on this foundation. I obviously opened up the box because I wanted to see what it looks like inside, but I haven't tried the foundation. So right now is the time that I'm going to be trying it. Please subscribe to my channel. It's not going to cost you anything, right? And I'm looking forward to talking to more of you. So if you're interested in learning more about this product and hear my true honest opinion on it, continue to watch. It is pretty exciting because I have not tried the product, but I couldn't help myself and I opened the box because I wanted to see what's in there. And this is what it comes like. So for those who don't know, I'm doing the first impression for Il Makiage foundation. For those of you that are on Instagram or YouTube, you constantly see their commercials. They give you free trial. They give you a full-size bottle to try for 14 days before you purchase the product, or you can just return it for free and they're not going to charge you anything if you don't like the product. You go through a series of questions, a little bit more complicated than the other product that I've done something similar for. So they actually ask you in that to, you know, to narrow down your choices, and based on that they actually send you the foundation. And so it comes in a beautiful black box like that, and when you open it, it looks like, oh shoot, it looks like this. It's a very nice and fancy schmancy box, and what you get is a life-size foundation, okay? And then they give you, at least in my box, after I answer all the questions, they gave me the serum. It's, what is it called? It's like a primer serum. This is what it looks like. They just give you for one-time usage, which I'm going to use today because I want to see if it makes a difference. And this is something that they let you try for free. And then I got a free, it's a gift that they give you, a free eyeliner, liquid eyeliner with a very nice and fine tip, and it actually works. I was swatching it on my hand so I can show you this. It's a very thin and very precise line for those of you who love those cut eyes. I think I'm going to use it for today's makeup anyway, just to kind of get a feel for how it works with the eyeshadow and everything. So one thing that I want to tell you about this foundation is, not one thing, actually 6 things that I want to tell you about this foundation. They send you this little one-pager, kind of like directions and how to make sure that you have the right foundation. So they're saying over 75% of women get foundation wrong. Get yours right. Number 1, apply 2 palms on your entire face, jaw, neckline. Number 2, blend out with a brush or sponge. Don't use your hands. Number 3, wait 5 minutes for foundation to set before checking the shade. Number 4, don't match to your neck or wrist. They're a different tone than your face. Number 5, finish your face with a concealer, blush, and bronzer, just like what you do normally. And then number 6, wear it for a full week to determine whether or not it's a perfect shade for you. Based on all the questions that I answered, I got shade number 060060, and the name for this foundation is I Woke Up Like This, and it's a flawless base foundation is how it opens. And you get the full size foundation. And I think that if you decide to keep it, they're gonna charge you about $44, $45. And I think shipping was added to it as well. If I'm not, I'll check that later for you. So I'm very curious to see whether or not the shade matches me, but also more importantly, if the foundation is right for me, if it sits well on my skin, if I like the feel of it, because that's probably the more important thing when it comes to spending $44, $45 on a foundation. So let's start it, and before I do, let me put some makeup on. So I have my makeup on. I didn't go crazy because it's a foundation review. So I'm going to be applying with the brush. And before I start, let me tell you this. I took that powerful repair serum, whatever they call it. And it says that it's supposed to transform skin overnight. So it actually is a treatment. It's not just like a primer. Smooths and repair your complexion, puts blemishes on your block list. And then you can get 10% off if you use the code on the back. So this little packet that they sent, where did I put it? Did I already lose it? Oh, okay. So this is the package, and honestly, it's like very liquidy, very sheer. I put way too much, and it was perfect for entire face. It actually even much more than I expected, and so I have enough for another trial, just like I would normally do with the serum, and then put the moisturizer on and all that. So now let's apply the foundation, and they say use 2 pumps. Okay, so I'm using 2 pumps. So this is how much foundation it is. And I'm going to use my finger to distribute it evenly on my cheeks. Okay. On my... okay. So now the moment of truth. Whether or not this is the right color for me. And I'm not going to probably look like those models and YouTubers. And their videos or commercials are sponsored. What do you think? No shit. This is just 2 pumps, which the formula is very liquid, very sheer, and yet it covers everything that I want to cover. Hold on. Let me just distribute it better. Okay, so my video is not sponsored, okay? It's not. It's truly just my first impression after I purchased the product, and I wanted to try it. And it's pretty cool. Put a little bit left. I was concerned that 2 pumps wouldn't be enough for medium buildable coverage, because the formula is very, very liquidy, very light. Wow. And it dries pretty quickly too. Wow. It dries pretty quickly, but it's not obnoxious. You know, like some of those foundations, I bought this one foundation, spent probably $60 on it, and it dried so quickly that I didn't have enough time to distribute it over my entire face with the brush. This is pretty cool. Honestly, guys, this is pretty awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this half with the powder, and this half I'm gonna leave as is. I just gently press it with my brush, with my powder brush. So just to mattify it a little bit, even out a little bit, just kind of kill whatever shine could there be. Okay, so this is the side with the powder, and this is the side without powder. It's a little bit, it looks more hydrated, I think. It looks more dewy, right? So that's it with the powder, and let me finish it with the bronzer and highlighter. So again, this is the powder side. Now that I'm applying highlighter and I see the powder underneath the bronzer, I think that the side with the powder blends in a little bit more evenly, but it's barely noticeable. It's not something that you would notice. If someone looks at you, they probably wouldn't notice that there's no setting powder here, that you just apply everything directly on your face. Okay, let me just do my lips and I'll give you my final thoughts on this foundation. So this is the finished look. I'm not even trying to do my hair. Today is my lazy day, but I have to say this. Foundation doesn't feel like you have any foundation on. It really feels very light, very refreshing. It even is kind of hydrating. I think that as I was answering all the questions, I checked those boxes that were in interest to me. So I think that's how they pick the foundation. I do believe that they have just few different formulas, and based on your answers, they can narrow down the selection. I was very skeptical going into it, didn't believe that I can just get something in mail that would match my face, and honestly I'm pretty happy with the color. I think the color is right on, so the undertone is right, the foundation itself is amazing, it feels really good. I don't know how long I can actually go with this foundation for. I don't know how many hours. I'm gonna probably make a little 2-minute video as a recap of like the next few days. I decide I'm going to be wearing this foundation every single day for next week and see if I like it. So far I love it. As I'm touching my face, I have to tell you, this side with no setting powder feels so soft and so cool. Like it feels cooled down. Like that's kind of like the effect that I'm going for. This one is very light as well. I don't feel that I have a lot of powder on because I didn't really use a lot. I just barely set it a little bit with that powder, and the powder itself is also very light in its consistency. So honestly, I think it's so far it's like an 8-9 out of 10 in comparison to other high-end foundation, because the price is, this foundation is priced at $45, I believe. So it's getting up there, you know. So if you want to spend money on this foundation, you really have to, you know, answer those questions the best possible way that you can. So the crucial part of it is to answer those questions honestly, to find the right formula for you. Maybe again, like they recommended serum for me as well. I mentioned, you know, that I wanted something anti-aging. I wanted something that would be buildable coverage, because I'm not into heavy matte foundations unless it's like a major glamorous, you know, look that I'm going for. That should last only like 2 hours or so. So honestly, I love this foundation right now. It feels really good on my skin. Again, it doesn't feel like I have anything on, even though I do have makeup on. So my final thoughts, so far so good. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if this was helpful enough for you to make a decision whether or not to go with this foundation, because again, I just want to make sure that it's worth the hype. Everybody seems to be using this foundation. All the YouTubers make sponsored videos on the product. So mine is not sponsored. I'm not that fortunate yet. So this is truly my true review, honest review on this foundation, on this product. And like I said, I actually end up liking it. So please subscribe if you haven't done so. It means so much to me, and I will see you in my next video.